We're back and Mike's going to give us the quiz question number 5.
Correct. So number 5, people, we've got Nigel Bond has not been in a ranking event final since 1997. What was the name of the tournament?
Oh,
Christ.
Scott's got it. Scott's smiling for me, so I know he's got that.
No, then.
Oh, Scott knows every damn thing.
I know. Oh,
Good.
Yeah.
Graham?
yeah.
Question number 6.
Okay.
What player went by the nickname The Shoe? What player went by the nickname The Shoe?
You've got me, I think.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Don't say it.
Oh,
I've gone.
Number 7.
Yeah.
Graham, you're good?
Yeah.
Number 7. Name the 3 opponents Cliff Thorburn beat in the Masters finals.
oh.
Jingos, as my dad would say. Where's he pulling from? What the hell? Mike, this is as bad as Scott's quiz.
Well, I said I couldn't go easy. I had to make it tough.
Oh, you've done that. Oh,
Yeah, I think I've got them now.
I was expecting some nice, easy Crucible questions. Oh,
Number 8.
Hang on. Oh, God. Dino, I'm going to have to go for a shot in the dark on that. Go on.
Hey, what year did Fred Davis make his final TV match appearance?
Oh, Mike, seriously. Speaking to Scott. What year did he?
What year did Fred Davis make his final TV match appearance?
No, we're not talking pot blacks or anything like that. We're talking.
No, it was a tournament. You'll recognize it. I'll tell you the part of the answer. I'll tell you it.
Yeah.
Right, go on then.
Peter Rebden released 2 songs. What were the names of those songs?
Ooh.
What is that?
Question.
Some of these are like snooker related.
No,
They were snooker related.
Oh my days.
Okay, you good?
No.
yeah.
Number 10. Graham Dott has made 1-1-4-7.
Which tournament? Which tournament? Oh my God.
I thought you were going to ask who was his opponent when he made the 1-4-6.
No, I know I wasn't going to go there.
Mike, yeah. I'm coming for you, boy.
All right.
Right.
Goodness me.
Kelly, number 1. Who was Paul Hunter's last pro opponent?
Neil Robertson.
You've got 1 point. Scott?
Neil Robertson.
Okay, Graham?
Robertson.
All right, everyone's got 1 point. That's...
nothing.
I'll go with Scott this time. Scott, which player went by the name Silverfish?
David Taylor?
Incorrect. Graham.
Oh God. Someone's Salvador. Won't it?
No.
Salvador from Brazil.
Nope.
Oh, you told me that, Mike. You told me that.
Kelly. Kelly, do you know who it is?
I went for David Taylor as well.
No, it was Silvino Francisco.
Told you, I was close. I was close.
Brazil's nowhere near South Africa. What are you talking about?
Jimmy White has lost in 6 finals. What 2 other players have equaled that feat? Graham?
Oh, thanks. Yeah, thank you very much. David Beckham and Wayne Rooney.
No? Kelly, you have any idea?
I went for it's stabs in the dark. I went for John Pullman and Fred Davis.
You've got 1 correct. Fred Davis is correct.
John Higgins.
Scott, do you have the other one? Fred Davis is correct on 1.
Not
Scott?
Joe, was it?
No, it was Walter Donaldson.
Walter Donaldson.
And the difference between Jimmy and those 3 guys, the other 2 guys won world championship.
Ah,
Yeah.
yes.
So
That was what was confusing me.
Kelly gets 1 point for Fred Davis. So she's leading, I believe, right now.
Yes, probably.
Not
Question-
long.
Question number 4. Who did Neil Robertson beat in the final to win his first ranking event? Kelly.
Jamie Cope.
Correct.
Correct.
Graham?
I had Stephen Maguire. Dear
Oh.
me.
So
Yeah,
one
I know
point-
it's off the head. It's just
Kelly's 1 point in front of Scott currently with.
No, well, I got that right as well.
Yeah, but
Yeah, you did.
Kelly got. Did you get Fred Davis?
No, I didn't.
Okay, so that's the 1 point then.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah. Nigel Bond has not been in a ranking event final since 1997. What was the tournament? Scott.
Did he get to the British Open final the following year?
Are you asking me a question or are you telling me your answer?
I think it's the British Open.
No, it's incorrect. Graham.
I went for the English Open as well.
Incorrect. Kelly.
I went Thailand Masters.
You are correct. Kelly is correct. The Thailand Open Masters. That's correct.
Yeah.
Kelly's got 1.5 points. Well, 2 points. 2 points.
Very harsh, Mike. Very harsh.
What player went by the nickname the Shoe? Graham.
I do not know.
Joe Johnson is correct. Graham.
Oh,
Kelly.
of course it was.
Kelly, you got Joe Johnson?
I did. Do you know what? I hadn't heard of him called the Shoe, but I went for him because I knew he wore fancy shoes.
Yeah.
Yes, of course he did.
But I tell you what. We've got one. Me and Kelly have got one there that Scott didn't know.
Correct.
Woo!
7. Scott, can you name Cliff Thorburns' 3 opponents that he beat in the Masters final?
This is hard.
Reardon, Jimmy and Alex.
You got 2 out of 3. Jimmy is correct. Ray Reardon is correct. There's 1 missing.
Terry Griffiths.
No.
No,
Graham?
I went completely wrong, but I've got Ray Reardon, Alex Higgins, and Steve Davis.
So you got Ray Reardon. That's 1 for you.
Yeah.
Kelly, do you know the answer?
I went for Reardon, Higgins, and Griffiths.
No, you got 1 there. So it was Ray Reardon, Doug Mountjoy in 1985, and it was Jimmy White in 1986.
All right.
Oh.
Scott got 2, Kelly got 1, Graham got 1. Okay, what year did Fred Davis make his final TV match appearance? Graham.
1978.
Incorrect. Kelly.
I don't know, but I've gone 1990, which seems far too late.
Nope, that is incorrect. Scott.
79 when he made the century.
Incorrect. It was 1991 at the Mercantile Classic.
Oh.
Wow.
He lost,
What on earth?
he lost 6 to Steve Davis.
Do I get
He lost
a point?
what?
Do I get a point for being very close?
Yeah. We were very close, yeah. You were actually very close.
Yeah, 1990. It was 1991.
He's very harsh, Kelly. He's very harsh.
Yes.
Peter Ebdon released 2 songs. Kelly, what were the name of those songs?
Jingo's
I'm a Clown
I'm a Clown is one, correct?
and Falls of Paradise.
You've got 2.
Correct.
Very good.
She's
Very
got
good.
2 of them.
Scott, what do you have?
Yeah. I'm a Cloud and Rolls of Paradise.
Okay, you've got 2 for 2.
Didn't
Graham,
know. I didn't know. Pass.
you didn't know. Okay,
Didn't know. Didn't know.
so it looks like Kelly has won, but we'll give her a chance here. Scott, final question. Graham Dott has made only 1147. What was the tournament he made it at?
I'm going to say the Scottish Masters.
You are incorrect. Graham?
German Masters.
Incorrect. Kelly for the win?
UK?
China Open.
Oh, dear.
It was the British Open in
Oh.
1990.
Oh.
There we go.
But I have to tell you, with that, Kelly is the official champion.
Yeah.
She gets a ranking event for this.
Thank you. Oh dear me, that was terrible. But I couldn't think of any of them.
Well, I figured I can't go easy because everyone's going to get Henry, Higgins, all that.
Fair enough. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
All right.
But
Yeah, Scott.
I got to sign off and ask about Chris Downer and the Almanac. Well, like, how did he come up with the idea, Kelly?
I think he in the 80s there used to be the old Rothman's yearbooks and things like that, and sort of by the early 90s they'd stopped doing them, and certainly Crucible wise there was no major record of results and history, and yeah, I think he just started it from there really. He didn't have any plans to sort of be a big public thing and sell it, but I think when he finished the first, I think he said he sent a copy to Clive Everton to see what he thought, and Clive thought it was brilliant, and said if you do a print, then Clive would sell them through Snooker Scene. I think that's how it started really.
Yeah.
Mm.
And now you have the owner's task of proofreading it every year before it goes to the printers. What's that like?
Well, actually, I can't claim that I've done a lot. I think because I'm still off work at the moment on furloughed, I did check over more things this year on it, and I can I mean, I don't scratch the surface of anything he does really. But I tell you what, just the little bit I did this year, I can tell the work that must go into making each one, updating it, and little things like when it's all finished, like what was page 36 last year might be page 37 this year, and going through the pages to make sure they all tally up and things like that. It is a work of art, really.
And then the thing that would really annoy me would be the double page spread of the results every year.
Yeah, I think like he says, it's just a labour of love, really. I think he started doing it initially, and I think especially when the commentators came on board with it, and they started wanting it ready for the World Championship. I think that sort of made him carry on doing it then. But I think he enjoys it really, and I think he'll carry it on for a few years yet.
You know what I've just opened it at here?
I'll ask you in a minute. Okay.
Just briefly, I've opened it at highest break every year.
Oh God.
Here's one. Actually, which player has made the highest break the last 3 years?
Oh. Well, it must be John Higgins because he had a 147.
Yeah. Can you name? I'll give you. This is an easy one. You'll get this now. Can you name the 4 players to have made 146 breaks?
Four
Of the
players.
Crucible. Yeah, there's 4 of them.
Dot O'Sullivan,
Mark Allen,
Mark
Yep.
Allen.
and did Ronnie do one year?
Yeah,
Ronnie
You
Ronnie
said
did.
Ronnie. So Dot, Allen, Ronnie, and
Shall I put you out of your misery?
yeah.
John. 2018 and that thrashing of Jack Lazowski.
Yeah, every conversation that we have about the Crucible, John Higgins' name's coming out. You notice, Mike? Here's a question for you then, Kelly. Who's your top 5 players of all time?
Oh,
So starting at 5 and then going down to 1.
5. I've almost. Oh, it's so difficult. I think number 5. I'd almost have a joint number 5 at the moment, if I could. It's Selby and Mark Williams.
Okay. That's an interesting debate, Mike.
Number 4 is Steve Davis.
Okay.
3, John Higgins. 2, Stephen Hendry. And Ronnie at the top.
Yeah.
I'm shocked. I thought you'd have put Stephen first.
Well, I would love to, but I do think some of Ronnie's achievements have taken over, really. His longevity is the main thing, really.
Yeah, the numbers don't lie, as I say.
Yeah. And here's another one. Do we class Mark Selby as I remember, I think you said yesterday, no debate that Mark Selby is an all-time great. I think Mike doesn't agree. I'm 50-50.
Yeah, everyone's matrix is different. That's what it is. I don't overlook Reardon. I can't overlook Reardon and Joe Davis. I just don't have his impact on the game. Selby's is much less compared to those guys.
Yeah, I think I think anybody who can win 3 world titles in this day and age, though, I think has to be up there. I mean, I see people online say that Neil Robertson is more of a great than Selby.
Yeah, that I don't know about that.
He's brilliant, but I don't think he's what Selby is. And even Judd, I think Judd could be in that top 5 one day. But he probably does need another couple of world titles to cement that. But I think he will do it. He's brilliant, and all those in the top 5 are either retired or ready to drop down. And I think Trump, the next 10 years, I think it could be all Judd Trump's, really, if he wants to do it, and if he keeps the hunger.
Agreed.
But I think somebody will have to be pretty special to ever knock Ronnie off number 1. But I thought that about Stephen, to be honest. I never thought anybody would be better than Stephen. And before that, I'm sure people of the 80s thought Reardon would be the greatest ever. Steve Davis would be the greatest. So just to be talked about as one of the greatest, I think. They've done something right.
I bet it was like that in the 80s when Davis was doing his stuff. And I bet everyone was like, no one will ever knock Davis off his perch. And then along comes this young man from Scotland who just takes the world by storm.
I know.
Absolutely. I mean, and Stephen Hendry, he played a game not perhaps quite as natural as Jimmy, but he seemed like he'd got more natural ability than Steve Davis. And as I think Steve strangled you with his safety and leaving you on the top cushion all the time, whereas Hendry could smash along Reddin, open the pack, and game was done. It was almost a quick kill, quick suffering for his opponents. Whereas
that was Stephen, all right.
Steve stood on your neck for hours, and it was torture for his opponents.
So before we sign off here, I got 5 questions, 5 snap questions. So we'll do this before we sign off. You ready?
Yeah.
Number 1, a guest you would suggest for the show.
Oh, Clive Everton.
Yes.
Okay.
I think he would be brilliant to
Okay.
talk about his life in snooker.
We will work on that. The best restaurant in Sheffield is?
Oh, I think Cosmos. It's one of them buffet places that sells everything.
Okay. A player you would never pay to watch.
Oh.
Never pay to watch.
Never.
Oh. Well, I would have probably said Rory McLeod, but I was at the Crucible when he beat Judd. I was at the Crucible when Rory beat Judd, and it was a very good, entertaining match. So I can't say, to be honest. There's probably nobody who I wouldn't pay to see.
Fair judge. The best book you have read?
Oh,
Non-snooker. We'll say non-snooker for that.
Yes.
Not snooker. Oh, I don't read many non-sports books.
Any fictional?
Not really. I mean, non-snooker, I would say. I read Andre Agassi's autobiography a year or 2 ago, and I thought that was amazing.
Oh, okay. All right. And maybe the most important question of the lot, did you have a good time on the show tonight?
It's been brilliant. Thank you for having me.
I thought the most important question was, who does she think's going to win the World Championships this year?
Well, actually, we could. All right, there's an extra one. There's a bonus one. Who's going to win the World Championships?
Do you know what? Before yesterday, I would have said Judd's my favourite, but I'm not sure now. I hope this doesn't knock his confidence, what happened yesterday. I would have to say Judd. But maybe Ronnie will have that extra drive to equal the 7. So I'm going to go for one of them. Hopefully it's them, get those 2 in the final. That would be great.
Although all the top 2 seeds have only appeared in the final 1 year. What was that?
87.
Yeah,
giving it to Kellie.
Davis and Johnson rematch.
We're not the only
stuff. Kellie, mate. You've answered it.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were asking everyone. Sorry, sir.
Never mind. But with that, we'll sign off, gentlemen.
And just one more thing for you, Kellie. What is the first World Snooker final that you remember? The World Championship Snooker final that you remember? And also, on top of that, what's your favourite final of all time? Just a quick ending.
The first one I saw on telly was in '91 when Parrott beat Jimmy. It's funny because I became a Parrott fan years later, but I wanted Jimmy to win that final. And my favourite final of all time, it's probably a tie between 2015 and 2018. 2015 when Stuart Bingham won against Sean Murphy. The standard was incredible all the way through. And then in 2018 when Mark Williams won his 3rd, he was, that was another wonderful final all the way through. Both played brilliant, and to get such a close finish. The only thing I would love, what I haven't had so far, I've never been at the Crucible for a deciding frame in the final, and I would love to.
Yeah, like we haven't had one for 19 years.
Yeah, well, funnily enough, the last deciding frame final was the year before I started doing the 17 days. So, yeah, my first final was 03, and we had a decider in 02.
By the way, what other similarity do the 3 deciders have in Crucible history? Finals.
All had John Williams refereeing.
Correct.
Yeah, but he was sick of it.
Especially after 85. 14
I thought
hours on your fake raffle. Oh.
I thought once he retired, I might never get a decider now.
What a. But yeah, he must have suffered that 85 final. 14 hours.
I think I saw an interview he did once, and he said that his feet got blisters, and when he took his socks off, he was bleeding.
Yeah, I think he also said in that interview he didn't care who won, as long as the thing got over with.
It's a good job it wasn't the old days when it was best of 140 odd.
Can you imagine that going to a final frame decider?
Blimey. Wow. Mind you, I think even if it was over quick in them days, they still played the dead frames.
They did.
Yeah.
See, everyone goes on about that 1985 final as one of the greatest finals of all time. And I think the only reason they do that is because of Dave Taylor's, the way he came back, I think. That's the only way. And because it finished on the black ball, of course. But in terms of quality, as Scott said before, it wasn't the greatest quality finals.
No, I think if that had been an earlier round, nobody would hardly remember it.
Yeah.
Or, you know, just
that's like one for the darker section of the almanac. I think that would have been, but the fact it's, you know.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
But taking nothing away, of course, from Dennis Taylor.
No, indeed not.
He was brilliant. You know,
it was Jimmy White. I think it was Jimmy White who crucified Taylor and Davis for that final and said, "Come on, boys, you know you played for you played for way too long in that final." I think he got on about it in one interview. But yeah.
But anyway, shall we go and watch this final session, which has already started?
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for the time, Kelly. It was great having you on.
You're very welcome. If I get up to Sheffield, I'll have to tell you all about it.
Indeed, yes.
We'll have to do the podcast live from Sheffield. That would be amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do an outside.
Well, next year actually it'll be 10 years since I went.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think 10 years since we went, Scott, last time. Yeah.
Well, not together. We didn't know each other then.
No, we missed each other one day apart, sort of thing. But,
yeah.
Oh. Maybe we'll all have to go and meet up.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right, guys. Have a good night. We'll see you all.
Yeah. Good night.
Thank you.
Cheers.
See you later.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.